Let's do this thing. What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Impact Wrestling review. As we are a few weeks away from Bound for Glory, what do we got going on tonight's show, huh? What is tonight for Impact? Tell me, what is going on tonight? Okay, well, we do kick it off though with the Bullet Club of Chris Bay, El Phantasmo, and Hikuleo versus Finn Juice and Chris Sabin. He did say last week he was going to help them against Bullet Club, which is a pretty good six-man, I will say that, not bad at all. Basically, Bullet Club did get the win, though. Chris Bay hitting his, what is his finisher called? The finesse or something? Basically the springboard and whatnot after El Phantasmo hit it with a nut shot and everything, and Hikuleo distracted the referee. So yeah, Chris Bay got the win. Bullet Club winning the match. When is Jay White coming back to this show? Now that I think about it, I know Jay White is still in America right now. I know he's been doing some shows for New Japan Strong and probably some other events that's been going around the country and whatnot. But all these other Bullet Club members showing up, which I don't want to say a lot of them they sent are like these C/D list level guys of Bullet Club. I know at least a majority of them are still over there in Japan right now, in the G1 tournament and whatnot. But like I said, Hikuleo is just kind of like one of the very low tier ones. El Phantasmo, do they? No, he doesn't have the junior weight title. Do they have the junior weight titles, or does like Suzuki go and got those belts back? Yeah, I don't think they got the junior weight titles right now. But Phantasmo and Hikuleo being there right now, it's not like they sent any of the heavy hitters to Bullet Club to Impact right now. But still, I'm assuming Jay White will be showing up back here at one point in time, since they keep sending the other members here. So kind of makes you think about it. They did go to Josh Alexander talking about his match tonight, team with Christian Cage, to go against Ace Austin and Madman Fulton, giving a preview of what's going to happen at Bound for Glory. Heath came out basically to talk about what happened last week with his return. Fans chanted "Welcome back," and he said I was glad to be back. And he knows everyone had a bad 2020, and he did too, given that the last time we saw Heath was back at Bound for Glory. That's when he got hurt in that whole Call Your Shot Gauntlet Battle Royale and whatnot. And talked about it's been tough times and whatnot. But he talked about how he lost his best friend, which is Rhino, and that, Violent by Design had brainwashed him. Basically, next thing you know, Violent by Design came out. He wanted to speak to Rhino, but there was no Rhino. Eric Young basically said that the Rhino that you knew is gone. He is more stronger. He's more pure and whatnot. You don't need Rhino anymore. Okay, Rhino now belongs to us. But yeah, as Eric Young basically said that, he doesn't, Rhino doesn't belong to Heath anymore. Heath said, I'm not going to hold my head down for anybody, and he's not going to walk away. Eric Young basically said, if you don't leave, you will force Violent by Design's hands. Heath said, let's see what you got. And then he starts fighting them off, but the numbers game end up taking over Heath, and basically, then Violent Design just beat him up and left the flag over him then. So not a bad segment, I will say that. We still don't have an answer from Rhino right now, and Rhino wasn't even there right now. So a good promo and whatnot. So what will Rhino's decision be? I don't know at some point in time. But maybe by Bound for Glory, we'll see what happens. But obviously, they want to leave a cliffhanger right now. Willie Mack and Rich Swann were in the back, as Mack is going to be in this qualifying X Division title match coming up. Basically, he's only got a 33% chance of winning. You already know what I'm trying to say when he said that. But Zicky Dice and Manny Lemon showed up, basically saying they want a match and everything. They went to tell Brian Myers about it, but Brian Myers says, listen, no, because, you and BSK lost. So I'm not going to be in your corner. Me, Sam Beal, and VSK, we're going to go have some chicken and whatnot in the bus and stuff. So I guess they didn't want to be bothered. Next, 6-woman tag match. I know tomorrow, well, not tomorrow, but Saturday is supposed to be the Knockouts Knockdown thing going on. I know it's in honor of Daphne and whatnot. And I know there's a tournament going on. But they did have Tasha Steele, Savannah Evans, the debut of Mercedes Martinez. I don't know if she's actually signed, but it would be a good pick if, a good pick if they actually did sign Mercedes Martinez, because I was kind of surprised she was, released from NXT and whatnot. So, yeah, I think this kind of like the first time I've probably seen Mercedes Martinez on TV since being released by the WWE and whatnot. But with her being here, they went against Kimberly, Brandy Lauren, Zombies basically right now for Sue Young and Lady Frost. Good match and everything. Tasha ended up picking the win after Mercedes ended up hitting their finisher, but she wasn't the legal woman, so Tasha had picked up the win. Her and Mercedes basically kind of started kind of arguing with each other and whatnot. So could this lead to a match? Maybe so. I'm not really sure, but we'll see what happens with that. For some reason, Alicia Edwards came out and attacked both Kimberly and Brandy Lauren with a Kindle stick for whatever reason, which I didn't even know what was going on. Today said she's getting payback for them taking one of the swinger like girls from the casino. Like that doesn't really make sense. And what was this even a feud? Because like it's the first time like she went from worrying about Eddie Edwards last week getting the shit kicked out of him. Now all of a sudden she's out here with a kendo stick just beating up random people over the illegal casino thing. I didn't understand that. And then she's going on off about it. And then Gail Kim says, you know what? You're gonna be in a monsters ball match, okay? So I think it's gonna be like her in it and Kimberly, and I think she said like what was it, like a 4-way or two. I think Jordan Grace and others in it, and yeah, it's gonna be a monsters ball knockouts match in honor of Daphne. Isn't this the same match that kind of helped fucked up Daphne's career, if I'm not mistaken? Not the Rosie Lotta love, I know that did too, but isn't this one of the reasons that hurt Daphne? Why would you kind of do this in honor of her? I don't know how smart that is, but Gail Kim booked the match, and she said, she has her own Kindle stick, which her name is Kendra. So very still odd that they're having that feud all of a sudden. They did the Tennille Dashwood All About Me thing with Madison Rain. Basically, they did have Decay on, which they did teleport there, and then for some reason they had to censor Tennille Dashwood just cursing up a storm for whatever reason. They ended up all leaving, and Decay ended up taking over the show. So yeah, I mean the titles are on the line tomorrow night. Well, Saturday night, I should say. Moose and W. Morrissey were in the back, basically saying both of them are going to be in the whole Call Your Shot Gauntlet Battle Royale thing coming up. Because they did talk about how they took out Sami Callihan and Eddie Edwards, and once they get rid of everybody else, then they're going to go after each other because they know that's going to happen. Triple threat match to see who's going to get a spot in the X Division vacant title thing at Bound for Glory. Black Taurus, Steve Macklin, and Petey Williams. Very good triple threat match, I will say. Not really surprised with Macklin winning, given that they've really been protecting Macklin lately ever since he's got here. And his push seems to be going well, so I'm not surprised that he is in this match after Petey hit the Canadian Destroyer on Taurus. Macklin ended up hitting his finisher onto Petey Williams, going for the win, headed to Bound for Glory. So he probably will win the title if if I think it could happen. So we'll see what happens with that. Christian Cage was in the back, talking about the tag match later on the night, telling Josh Alexander to check his emotions. Next, Christopher Daniels shows up, talked about, he came back to Impact for his own agenda and, right the wrongs of his past. Talked about how the title he's never had. He never was the TNA World Champion. He never was, which I'm kind of surprised he was never World Champion in the company for some reason. But he doesn't care if it's in an AEW ring or an Impact ring. I just want you to think about it. So he could be going after Christian if Christian retains at Bound for Glory. I know they went to the Swingers Palace thing. Basically, they were packing up the whole casino stuff. And for some reason, Hernandez had a picture of Dixie Carter you wanted to save. And then, I guess they had a Jeff Jarrett King of the Mountain poster DVD. It said, we won this in a bet. He says, no, we won this in a lawsuit. So if that was taking a good shot of Jeff Jarrett right there, I don't mind him for doing that, given that and his little, pyramid scheme, GFW bullshit damn near killed the company again. So that tells you something. So, yeah. that definitely tells you something right there. But, yeah, Swingers Palace, yeah, Jeff Jarrett, that was a good shot taken to him. Next, Rich Swann and Willie Mack went against Manny Lemons and Zicky Dice. Obviously, Swann and Mack end up getting the win, but Myers and crew end up coming out then jumping Swann and Mack after the match then. So, yeah, nothing much from there, I should say. Next, Deonna Purrazzo, I guess, was in a meeting in the office since after what she did to, showing up on Mickie James's ranch last week. I guess she was getting reprimanded. Mickie James ran into the office attacking Deonna. immediately. And as everybody tried to hold him back and whatnot, Scott D'Amore basically said this: it's going to be a no contact clause until Bound for Glory. If any of you try to even attack each other, there will be no match, and no one gets a title shot. And Deanna will lose the title if she even, breaks the whole thing and whatnot. But Gail Kim then booked the match for next week. You're gonna pick each other's opponents, so pick your poison and whatnot. Which Saturday will be Deanna's opponent. So we'll see what happens this Saturday. But in the main event, we did get Josh Alexander and Christian Cage versus Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. A good main event to end off the show and whatnot. Interesting finish though. Christian getting the blind tag on Josh Alexander after, he hit the Chaos Theory suplex. But Christian, ended up going for the kill switch, shrugged his shoulders like this to Josh Alexander, and hit the kill switch for the win and whatnot. Basically then patting Josh Alexander's shoulder before leaving the ring then, and that's when the show ended. So not a bad main event and not a bad show. Like I said, steady build in the Bound for Glory and whatnot. So keeping the pace of what's going on right now as we lead into the pay-per-view. So yeah, not bad. Just kind of keep you in what's gonna happen next. Who will Rhino pick? What is Christopher Daniels? Is he going for the title? What is Christopher Daniels gonna do to get back into the title picture and whatnot? Being back in Impact right now. So it's a lot of questions as Bound for Glory is coming in the next few weeks. I will try to check out the knockouts knockdown thing this Saturday, so I may catch that show, and it may be pretty good. So I want to see what this whole little tournament is going to be happening too. But other than that, though, I'm done with this review. Comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. I'm out of here. See you guys for Friday night with the SmackDown and AEW Rampage review. See you guys then. Peace out.